welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy VI. We're speaking like a mouse today. Oh man, I just did that thing again where I was recording an episode and I'd forgot to click record. Why does that happen twice? I'll tell you why this probably happened twice today, because I haven't played this. I haven't done an episode for like all weekend. I haven't played it for a little while. Do you guys want to know why? It's because I've been playing Power World. So much Power World. We're on our like second file, and I'm really enjoying it this time because I understand the base building. Anyway, hello everybody. It's a big special episode here today. Kind of a cool moment, I guess, for me to have taken a break over the weekend, because do you remember how in Shadow, we were playing Shadow alongside this, and in Shadow I hit that point where it was like we had done everything, we were at end game and it was just collecting things? I think we're kind of at that equivalent moment now in this game. Why? Well, because we've done like all the main story pieces. We could just go to Kefka's Tower and we could beat the game right now. I mean, that's been true for ages, but we could beat the game with every party member back, because everyone's back now, and by doing that I think we'd get like the best ending where everyone has something to do. I don't know how exactly it works. I think there's a cool cutscene thing. But so, we could do that. Or we can now start traveling around and doing this endgamey extra stuff, which is kind of scary because I know a part of that is the dragons. I think there's like a couple of mini dungeons we haven't seen. One of them especially with the Master Scroll. So the world's kind of our oyster here. I've got a bit of an idea of where I want to go next. So we shall see. But first, I wanted to do this. I have emptied the party again. We are just Celeste now. Just as we started. Celeste, look at what you have accomplished here. I'm going to show you guys the full airship, everyone's dialogue. Here's Terra, reminiscing about General Leo. I think I've begun to understand the things that you told me. Well, there you go. So that's Terra. We've got Relm here. Come on, let's go knock the crazy right out of that guy. I guess we won't get the Celeste dialogue. I can't inhabit no one and see everyone on the ship at once. Here we go, Mog. Kupopopo! Contributing as ever to the story. The two new guys. The bonus secret characters, I guess they just dumped them in the same position near enough. Couldn't they have moved them at least somewhere creative? Put them on the couch? I really thought someone would end up on the couch, but no. What did he say? Ooga. Ooga mi umaro. Go doesn't even speak, just pure silence. And we have Stragos, who I'm walking into here. All of you have that sparkle in your eyes. Well, this old man's not giving up either. They must have had to have been careful about where they position these guys, because as they roam around, they wouldn't want them bumping into each other or whatever. Oh, and then we got, speaking of bumping into, we're going to bump past Mog here. We got downstairs, the engine room, with this pair, which are kind of cool to have together, actually. What an intriguing apparatus. There you go, Cyan having gotten over his distrust and dislike of Machina. Gao gets stronger on the Welt. You do indeed, Gao. I felt like that should have been his line. Yeah, having both of those two in the engine room is kind of fun. Is Gao studying the engines? I seriously don't think he is, right? What else we got? We have Edgar here. Hi, if something were to happen to me, all the world's ladies would grieve. Yeah, we should give him like a Farron voice. That should have been it the whole time. All right, let's do this, says Sabin. We had Shadow here as well, who's kind of just sneakily off on the side. Maybe that's fitting for a ninja. He's so easy to miss as well. He doesn't speak either. He should really have some dialogue. He's not go-go. He deserves a bit. We know that there's a character under there, Clyde. Yeah, if you never got him, and he's so easy to miss, this whole balcony would just feel like pointless, right? Like, I keep thinking, by the way, there's going to be a door down here, because the previous airship was so cool. The Blackjack, it felt like there was more. And then, so finally we have Locke. Locke newly here. As long as there are people who need to be protected, I'll keep on fighting. It would have been nice to have had a little reference to Rachel there, I suppose. They go, oh, and let's not forget, Setzer, of course, the captain, the leading man, Balthea himself. This is so cool. It really is like you could say he's the main character, because he kind of feels like, you know, he's the captain, he's got his own separate area. This is just like that thing with 12, you know, with Balthea, the leading man, where everyone in that game could be the leading character, except Panetto. I think luck is on our side, indeed. I think it is, and that's a nice little reference, obvious to its mechanics. So, and then you got this old man who's like a bit of an odd one out, honestly, with all of us, and then he's just standing here. So at this point, now that we have everyone, I could use him to unequip everything and like clean up everyone's builds, have something awesome. But we don't necessarily have all the items for that just yet anyway, so I don't think I will. Let's not do that. However, I do want to build a team here. So for this first adventure, I did it kind of a bit weird. Most of the time throughout the World of Ruin, I've grabbed a character and then done like their bonus story. However, I sequence broke it a bit, that pattern, where last time we just went and got Locke. So I guess Locke has a bonus thing, and that's opening the chest at Narshe. But before Locke, we did have Stragos, right? Stragos does have a bonus story, and in fact, I think this is one of those rare situations where having two characters, you get bonus dialogue with another character there. And it's more, you know, we did Celeste meeting, Celeste over here, meeting Locke, and we got that tiny line in the last episode. Well, this time there's a lot. In fact, you might even need both Relm and Stragos together to even proc this thing. This might count as both of their follow-up quests, so we're going to do that first. But that doesn't mean we can't bring Locke with us, and for the final character, I'm going to bring Mog, because we got that amazing Dragoon Boot item from a second ago. So, let's proceed here. And if you have a little bit of a look, I have this all set up, because I just recorded large chunks of this episode and had to redo it. So, what have we got here? Well, Stragos build's basically the same as it was a second ago, except I've given him a ribbon, because I think a boss fight is coming up with lots of statuses. The ribbon, he doesn't necessarily need a littering and a ribbon, so we could swap that, I guess. Let's swap the littering. I didn't catch that a second ago. I don't know, for a hero's. What is better, a solo earring or... Oh, we could give him the solo Thamasa. That's the thing. See, stuff's equipped on all different people here, so whatever. We'll give him the hero's ring. He's wearing the bear moth suit. Also wearing a bear moth suit is Relm, who has her own ribbon. So this, like, dynamic duo have ribbons. She has the sword breaker. She's not really going to be doing much. That's just going to give her parry. You know, one of the relics we haven't used for ages, I was scrolling through and looking, the black belt, which allows you to counter. I really think the counter builds are cool. That was one of my favorite things about 10, like evading counter and magic counter and all that stuff. And then the Knight's Code as well, where someone gets low on health and you defend. The thing is, in this game, the numbers are so wacky. It's kind of rare to be sitting there in critical health for ages and that also to be useful. So, I don't know. Anyway, so their builds aren't too interesting. However, these guys are. So Locke is back. So remember we got this boomerang? Let's use a boomerang. I've given him the Genji glove, so he can dual wield the boomerang with a thief's knife. So when I make him attack, he'll do a ranged attack, and then he'll run in and slash him, and hopefully we get a free steal. And there is actually something I want to steal from a boss upcoming, which is quite cool. Hyper wrist to boost his damage. It's just the strongest gear that Optimal put onto him. And there you go. So that's Locke's build. And then finally, Mog, this is the one I'm really excited about. We have the Partisan. That is an upgrade. Last time we saw him with a spear, he was only using like the golden spear or the heavy lance. The Partisan is way stronger. So like attack 112, and then the Partisan is attack 150. He still has the ice shield equipped. I don't know what elements we're going to come against, so whatever, I'll just leave it. Man, imagine if... What if we made him dual wield the spears? And then does he double jump? I don't know. But we'll leave the ice shield there. I'm not going to do anything with the imp armor. Dragoon boots to change the attack command to jump, which does more damage with the spear, which he's holding. And then finally, the dragon horn. A horn inhabited by the spirit of a dragoon and makes us multi-jump. How cool is this? So now, again, if we were using the merit badge to unlock spear equipment on, say, Locke, who can't use it, because remember, only Mog and Edgar can even equip these spears. If you use the merit badge, you're going to have to drop the dragon horn, right? Because you only have 2 relic slots. That's why, ultimately, even though the merit badge exists, Mog is one of the best dragoons. Edgar actually might be even better because of his base stats. I don't know. But we're going to use Mog. It's an excuse to use him. And also, he's very high level as well, so I cannot wait to see this. So there you go. Oh, finally, I guess Espers. I didn't do this last time. So Locke doesn't have a dedicated Esper for himself just yet, does he really? He doesn't have... Well, who is Locke's iconic Esper? Oh, it's Phoenix, obviously. Or, see, Locke kind of has 2. Now that I think about it. In fact, we didn't even look at this in the last episode. Flames of Rebirth. Revive all KO'd allies. It's like a Mega Phoenix to cast him. I would have rathered that be Auto Life, but speaking of that, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. So Phoenix teaches us Raise. Teaches us Arise as well. Oh my god, have we seen that in this game yet? Arise is like Raise, except you come back at 100% health. Instead of critical health, 100%, which is hugely useful. Like, unbelievably useful, because obviously you're very vulnerable when you use the other resurrection methods. Curaga again, and I think at a better acquisition rate than Lakshmi. We don't have Lakshmi equipped, so where is Lakshmi? Lakshmi was giving us Curaga, yeah, at a 1x rate. So Phoenix gives us... Phoenix is amazing in this game. Holy shit. So we get Curaga twice as fast. Faraga, I suppose that's whatever, but I mean, we have Valagarlander that we... I mean, it's kind of cool. Because we... In a lot of ways, all I want is a T3 elemental black magic. I don't really care about the resistance or anything. I just want that base damage. So it's kind of nice to be able to teach this on someone while someone else is occupying Valagarmander as well. But in the end, if you want everyone to have every spell, they're all going to have to trade Valagarmander around anyway, and this would become inefficient, but whatever. And then finally, this is cool. Re-raise. Look at this. All the resurrection magic all at once. I feel like we must have missed someone in the middle who gave us a rise, surely. But so this one is what we could have used at the top of the cultist tower. Automatically revives the target the next time he or she is KO'd. So this would have been huge because we could have just put it on everyone and then ultimate would have been cast and we would have just rezzed. We wouldn't have had to have done the crazy Quetzali thing. But of course that would mean that you have to do the cultist tower after the Phoenix. I mean, they both feel very endgamey, so maybe that's fine. And we didn't need to climb the whole tower to get Strago back, remember that. But anyway, that's only a 1x acquisition rate. That's going to take a long time to get. If I want every spell, that's going to be a lot of off-screen grinding. Unless I find a place with high AP rates, or I sneakily turn on one of those new cheats. I don't actually know how to trigger any of that stuff. All I know is F3 is encounters. But there you go. Okay, cool. So, with all of that said, where are we going? Yeah, we're going to do a Strago Realm story. Now, here's a funny thing. We could have started this in the World of Balance. And maybe we did? I don't remember, though. I don't think we did, because I think it required a very specific thing. There might have been one of you guys in the live chat saying, hey, WP, go do this, and we never did in the end. But so we're going to go back to Thamasa, where we bought the Reflect Rings in the last episode, where Strago and Relm are from. You know, it makes sense that this is the island and the town that their big storyline is going to be taking place. And I think we need to have both Strago and Relm with us when we come here. And I think we even need to stand in a specific spot. Landing here is very, very tricky, isn't it? I'm so tempted to get in just one encounter to see the animation of Phoenix and to see what Mog does with the jumping. Let's see. Oh, and there's a new enemy there, a Gloomwind. We've been back attacked. If this is game over now, and I have to redo all the equipment, we would have auto-saved. Nobody has haste here. So there we go. So let's do a lock attack. Let's steal from the Peruser. He's on the back row, so he's going to take less damage, I assume. Did we steal anything? No, I guess not. We could sketch here. So here's the jump. Ready? Here's the jump. Get ready for the jump. So go on, Mog. He goes up. Now, remember, he waits a turn and then lands, but gets a 200% damage bonus. So it was essentially normal damage. He's just invulnerable half the time before, because the 200% bonus just compensates for the turn he missed, right, while he was in the air. Now, though, he does a pogo stick thing. Oh, this is like playing Paper Mario 1000 Year Door where you keep pressing A to jump. Oh my god, and he destroyed them. He did 3 attacks. I don't know whether it's 3 every single time or what. Actually, no, I think I just counted 4 attacks. So, like, 1 relic quadruples his damage now. But that's pretty cool. You're looking at a proper build there. That's like an end game Dragoon setup, I think. I mean, maybe the armor and stuff would be different. Oh, here we go. Yay, we're home. I'll be in the house, okay? Okay, bye-bye, Relm. And we're playing as Strago. So full of energy. I must be the only one getting old. Oh, so all these comments you had about being full of pep were lies before. Grandpa! You've got to come quick. Gung-Ho's hurt. Gung-Ho? Okay. Oh my god, it's just triggering everything here. Oh, we're by his bedside. Gung-Ho, hang in there, he says. Right, who's Gung-Ho? So I believe in the World of Balance, if we had Strago in party, and we came to the town, and I don't know whether I ever did this, there's an old man wandering around in this town, even in the World of Balance, and if you have this old man in your party, so you don't actively have to have him be the one toggled on the sprite or whatever, but as long as he's in your party, when you speak to the old man in town, you find out he's like this monster hunter, and he's an old friend of Stragos, and they grew up like wanting to hunt this monster, but they could never find it in the end, and the cave that the monster lived in was like sunk below the ocean, so it was impossible to get, right? And Gung-Ho was like, oh, you're just a quitter. So that's basically it. That was the cutscene or the story from the World of Balance. And again, did we trigger that? I don't think we did. It was a year ago. I don't think we triggered it. But I think that's... The game expects us to have seen that at this point. So now here we're in the world of ruin and the guy's hurt. So what's going on? Gung-ho, hang in there. And gung-ho, literally, this is referencing, you know, the idea of... referencing. Why did I say that so weird? You know, the idea of being gung-ho, really enthusiastic or whatever. Oh, and of course, I guess it's our logical conclusion to make that, yeah, the cave was underwater before, but now in the world of ruin, obviously the cave is probably lifted out of the water. Hang in there, gung-ho. Who did this to you? It was Hidon. I think this is how I'm gonna pronounce it Hidon. It sounds better than Hidden. It was Hidon, that legendary beast you and I used to hunt. Almost had him too. Nice, we get it paused on the animation. Usually they just play through these and I have no control about when they end. But here I can just pause it. That's great. Hidon! Ooh! I did that thing again where I tried to wheeze and made myself actually cough. Gung-ho! Strago, please, avenge me! Oh god, I need to differentiate two old man voices. This is like when I was reading Ghosts of Ascalon. Ooh! Wheeze! Cough! Disappointed! Ah, I love that. Okay, so Strago is sad. Grandpa, what are you standing around for? Man, Relm's eye in that frame is just so freaked out. You're right. I grew old and forgot all about pursuing the dreams of my youth. Gung-ho! I'm going after him. Just take a second here, guys, to pause the video and think about the dreams of your youth. What would the 10-year-old version think of you today? If you are 10 years old, how did you find your way to this video? Grandpa! Sorry. Grandpa, wait, you're not thinking about going all alone, are you? I need to face the thing I rang from all those years ago. I need to get to the best of it. It's a matter of pride, dear. Yeah, cool, yeah, risk your life in some frivolous adventure that doesn't really affect anything when the world needs you to help fight Kefka. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's like when you joined the cult of Kefka, right? Oh, that's what this is. Strago's he actually likes Kefka now, and he's trying to avoid us going to the tower. Well, don't you worry, Strago, I'm going to avoid going to the tower too. It's a matter of you being a stubborn old man. You're my grandpa. I can't just sit and watch while you make things harder for yourself than they have to be. Like, this whole cutscene, I'm pretty sure you need Relm. It's got to be both of them in the party at once. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Relm. It means a lot to me that you care so much. But Hidon's a tough beast to track. Its name comes from the old word for hidden, after all. Oh. Maybe it is pronounced hidden, then. No one will ever find him if I don't go. This is weird. It almost makes me feel like he's going to have a roaming mechanic, a little bit like the Death Gaze did. To Ebot's Rock! But that's not how they implemented this. So there's Relm, and oh look guys, oh, conspiracy. She looks left, she looks right, she makes sure nobody can overhear her. Phew. Oh. And then she looks shocked that she's being abandoned. So what was that all about? Okay, I'm gonna go manually speak to him again. I've got nothing to buy here, by the way. We coming up here? Go upstairs. How you doing, sir? Ooh, wheeze, cough, disappointed. Okay, so that's it. So we're going to go to Ebot's Rock now. So there is a location. I told you we'd been to all locations. I was telling a porky. I wasn't really telling a lie. I just didn't know any better. Okay, so there is another location. Oh, God, it's not marked on my map. Oh, it surely is right next to us. And it's like closed. Is it here? Oh, God, it's not here. Is it one of these tiny little islands up here? Surely not. You can't even land on it. Can you land on these and get a random encounter on one of these? Wouldn't that be the coolest thing ever? I don't know whether you can. Like, this is the most... Nah, you can't. It's too small. And they've offset it slightly, so you can't get into the middle. So, I've heard that it's north. So, I'm just going to go north. I remember we have seen a lot of times on the world map that there's, like, a place that looks like there's a cave or something there, but we couldn't enter it. But was that just the Zone Eater? Because this was definitely such a location, wasn't it? The Zone Eater island thing felt like that. Well, it's not here. If I press Q, have you put it on... Is Ebot's Rock on this now? It's not, no. Oh, God. Does this give me any hints, though? Because it is a bigger map than the little mini-map. It's not there. That's to do with Figaro's toggling positions. North of Thamasa. Oh! Actually, it is on the map. It is literally on the map. Look. It's a tiny little silver dot immediately north of the town. Could I have just walked there? Oh, there you go. How? How did I fly past that? What did I do? Is it because I went this way? Yeah, and then we went north. We managed to just hook perfectly around it. Yeah, directly north. So it's not some huge hunt. It's just here. I am very curious what random encounters we get on the grass here. So this, there was like a little dot there instead of the actual entrance to the cave before. Here we go. Oh, we do get some different stuff. This time I'm gonna cast Phoenix. Ooh, why can't I? Didn't we put that on lock? Am I crazy? It wouldn't have done anything, don't get me wrong. I know that, because it's just a res, but I wanted to see how it looks. And I'm pretty confident that I'm going to forget. Oh, Stragos just attacking. We should get him to queue up some blue magic there. Oh, and round spamming the sketch itself there. What ability will actually come out of that? That should be fine, right? Oh my god, was that 4 hits that time? Oh, I kind of want to have both Mog and Edgar on the same team doing the same thing, but you can't get all those items. Unless there's like an item dupe glitch. Oh my god, we never actually equipped the goddamn thing. Alright, there you go. See, look, there was a reason for me to mess around and check that. There was a reason. Alright. So here we go, Ebot's Rock. Now, this is like some crazy endgame music in here. Let's see, chests. It says 0 out of 0, which is kind of funny, because I think this place is actually full of chests. First, we get the Pokemon Flash mechanic, but no way to actually increase the ring. This is a really weird dungeon, and I have absolutely no idea how long this is going to take. Oh my god, did I just get crazy lucky here? So here's a chest, right? And it's already open. And the chest says, I'm hungry. Hungry, 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 hungry. Give me some of that, or I won't let you through. Wow, they're actually doing... I kind of gave him an accent there that I feel like is appropriate. I love me some coral. You got any on ya? Feed the chest some coral. Well, I'll say yes, I guess. You don't even have any. Right, so... The goal, what this has to do with the monster Strago was hunting and all that, I have no idea. Now, I looked on Wiki, because this is just bizarre. Everything about this is just weird. I see no references, no anthology, no Japanese culture stuff, no cut content, no development stories. There's nothing I can find that explains what the shit is going on with this dungeon or why it is the way it is. It's like no one on the internet is even curious about why it is the way it is. But basically, we bumble around until we get enough items to feed this chest. That's the story. So, every time we hit one of these switches, it teleports us to a random place. So as you can see, there's quite a lot going on with the... By the way, when I was editing last part, and I was in the Phoenix Cave, and I wanted to toggle from the upper map to the lower map, I saw this, it said tab switch maps, and I was thinking to myself... Could I not have just pressed that to have toggled between the maps? And just to be clear, in case any of you guys were thinking that watching the video, no, you can't. If you hit tab, it takes you to this menu. So, yeah, we just kind of... Oh, it took me to the same place twice. That's crazy. That's crazy. Skinflint, get out of here. Does it always send me back here? No, see, it's random. I can't believe... So that room I was just in, that's the end chamber. That's the final place. Now, as we run around, there's chests. You press E on them, and you get coral. I guess coral because this was all underwater. I can see at least that there's that connection. And the fact that there's that connection makes me think that there must be some logic to why the story is what it is, right? Right, let's go to Strago at least here and queue up, I don't know, Aquabeth seems to be what I do all the time, but look, I mean, what else have we got? Pelts all enemies with stone, dealing damage and confusion. Let's do stone. It says all enemies, but that was only one target there. Right, let's do that. So, the fact that it's coral makes me think they are attempting to do some logic here. By the way, the background's quite nice. And don't forget, every time you see one of these backgrounds in the Pixel Remaster, it is kind of new. Like, these are distinct from any other edition that the game's had. Oh, did we get an auto-death proc there? But he's immune. Was that what that was? Hopefully they didn't full heal him. I'm always find myself wondering if that did. Yeah, look, this guy back here took less damage because he's on the back row. So Mog hit much harder on the other guy. So we grabbed the coral. So I've grabbed 3. Now, if we get back to that chest now and we feed him the coral, he's going to say, oh, I'm still hungry. Give me more. So we've got to get more. So now we've got 8. 3 plus 5. Now, if you look in your items, the coral doesn't actually appear anywhere. It's not an item. Like, it's not a key item. Oh, it is a key item. Oh my god, it's there. Okay, I read on Wiki that this isn't counted anywhere, and you have to count in your own head as it goes along. And I was thinking this was a bit like that maths cave from 10.2. Do you remember? It's got all those elaborate mechanics, and when I did the episode on it, we got to the end, and it was wrong, and I had to redo the whole thing. You get such a good item there. That's the cave that gives you the Omni attack weapon and the Omni absorb weapon, so you can attack yourself to heal. I love so much of the gear in that game. So yeah, anyway, I guess it is counting. Maybe this is a remaster thing. I don't know. So 8. I will try to count in my head anyway. A little bit like when we were fighting the Magic Master. So if we just give him 8, it's not going to be enough, and he's just going to be eternally hungry and force us away. So we have to gather a certain amount first, and that's the dungeon. How are you supposed to know how much you're supposed to gather? Why this mechanic? Oh, there we go. We sketched death and healed him. That's awesome. Because he's undead. That probably would have healed him as well, because that was another auto death. Couldn't steal. This is an interesting enemy, by the way. The Mahadiva. Maybe we should use control here in the fake mustache, actually. Because... do you know what, actually? Let's throw a Phoenix down on him. If Mog can't kill him in one. Oh, he did manage to kill him. Because maybe there are some abilities that Relm can teach Stragos. Obviously, she's not going to cast death on him, but... well, that's an absolute dead end, isn't it? But maybe he had something else. Something about the name of that makes me think that's either a good thing to rage into or whatever. So there you go. So we get 2. So every chest... I think that just the whole thing is random, and I know what you're probably thinking, like, okay, where's the gameplay here? Like, what control do I have as a player? You got basically no control. You just bumble around, grabbing coral. And it would appear that everything in here is undead. I know for a fact, by the way, the boss we're about to fight is also undead. Oh, we used rage. That's crazy. But not like a Gal rage, just like a rage. These fights are just sitting here waiting for Mog to come down and finish the... oh god, landslide. Also, I have not been maintaining my health. Oh no, that's us using landslide. Nice. I should have guessed with it coming from the left of the screen and moving over to the right. There you go. Mog learns Blizzara. And we're getting teleport stones, so if you ever feel claustrophobic and panicked, like you're not going to be able to get out, well, don't you worry, you'll be able to. Yeah, by the way, these teleporters can sometimes take us out of the dungeon as well. I don't know at that point if it just removes all of our coral. That would kind of suck. Also, let's heal real quick. Why don't I get... my instinct is always to use the mages to heal out of combat, but it's probably so stupid because, you know, they need the MP. They heal very well, though. Oh, I didn't even realize in 6, they just swap the battle screen sometimes. It doesn't even have anything to do with... let's just cast some regular magic here. And then, yeah, with you as well, I suppose. Hopefully they don't have reflect or anything on them. It doesn't have anything to do with being back attacked or side attacked or anything. Yeah, these enemies feel distinctly a little bit weaker than some of the others. So this is the same chest we just opened a second ago, but from the other angle. See, and it's opened up again. So that's another 3 pieces of coral. So I now have 18. And the mini-map is kind of helping me a lot here, I think. I feel like. Another 2 pieces of coral. We can move down this way. Oh, and another button. It doesn't matter what button I go on. 1 piece of coral. Looks like there's a chest. No, that's a button, so whatever. Is that the end again? No. Oh, see, this is the entrance, see? It can just take you out. Oh, thankfully it doesn't take you fully out. I was worried it would take me fully out and take all my coral away. And that would be kind of horrible. Okay, we're ambushed. New stuff. Sorath, Creature, and Warlock. There's something just really, like, about the story writing, the mechanics, like, and the numbers, and even, like, the enemy names that just feel so scattershot in this game. Like, you get cool names like Sorath that are kind of believable, and then just Creature, you know? Or Test Rider. You know, it's just really weird, eclectic, strange, chaotic, random shit going on everywhere in this game. It's another 2 pieces of coral. So I guess my game here is to keep hitting switches until eventually I find myself at the final chamber again with the talking chest. And at that point hope I have enough coral, right? Which it seems like I will at this point, because we haven't managed to get back there for ages. I love this seahorse looking thing. It's called the Moon Form. That's a cool name as well, I like that. Do you know what? I think I'm just a sucker in RPGs if they reference moons. It's like the whole Ogre of Ross, the moon death thing. When I get back to playing 14, there's going to be, you know, the moon phase of the Endwalker story, which I know nothing about or why we even really go there, to be honest. Because that story already had a bunch of stuff about a fake artificial moon. Oh my god, 4 hits, Dalamud, and now we're going to a regular moon there, apparently, as well. Oh my god, a save point? There's a save point in here? Well, what value is that to me? Oh, we're at the end. Okay, well, let's see. Coral. We have 24 coral. Okay, so as far as I understand, you want a minimum of 22? And maybe it was a maximum of 25 or something? But there's like a threshold you got to get over. So I am technically over the threshold, so let's see. And you have to feed him the coral all at once. Munch. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Corpulence is happiness. And I'm stuffed. Me doing this voice, plus the word corpulence makes me think of Disco Elysium. Okay. Bleh, boo. Woo! I said boo when I meant to say woo. Okay. Woo! Oh, right, you wanted to get through it, didn't you? Oh, I shouldn't have ate so much. Oh, I thought we... See, that should have been like a mimic fight, right? Or a monster in a box? I don't know. Oh, here's something cool to know as well. Not only do you need that amount of coral to get past him, but there's a weird hidden mechanic going on here, which is the chest will never open for you, full stop, flat out, unless Strago is in the party. Which, you know, naturally players are going to do. Like, it'd be very weird to trigger this quest with Strago and Thamasa, and then between the 2-second walk, get rid of him somehow. I don't know, but it's possible. And it's an interesting thing that they did there, hidden in the background, to force Strago to be there for the boss fight, for all of the victory dialogue and everything. Because quite often in the World of Ruin, they let you do anything with any characters, it's just you get no dialogue. Well, here they attached a hidden mechanic to the chest, and that's what forces Strago to be there. I don't know, it's fun to hear about, but it probably should have just been a bit more obvious, right? The chest should say, oh, I'm not opening for anyone unless you're an old man. I like being fed by old men. I don't know, something to make it obvious to the player? That's taking us to a weird place. So anyway, we're upstairs, so I think this is it here. So here we go, we're gonna fight Hidon, or Hidon, I guess. Because he's hidden. And you'll notice actually the sprite here, this looks exactly like Typhoon, Ultros' companion. But instead of being pink, it's green. And I think this is better than doing like the ghost with the Magic Master before. That's Hidon! Okay, are we ready? I think I will do... No, we don't need to fake mustache. What I will do is I will take off... If everything's going to be undead, I'm going to take off the instant KO stuff. So we'll do a Falchion and a Thief's Knife here. And who else was instant KOing? Well, these two should be casting magic. So I think we're fine. Alright, so here we go. Dun, dun, dun. I wonder if now that we've moved the chest, will we find... Oh my god, look at how crazy these things look. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so straight away, what I want to do is steal from the main boss. So I'm going to try and proc that with my Thieves' Knife. Because there is an item we want to get there. In the meantime, let's talk a little bit about mechanics here. So, you see we immediately got bioed. We get a lot of statuses. This is kind of like a Seymour fight, right? So, you got these things called Erebuses. And so, each one of these has, like, a different resistance. It's very much like the fight we did in Cyan's Dream, really. Each one has, like, a different thing. One of them is vulnerable to instant death. I don't know which. One of them has Reflect. I don't know which. I think this one has Reflect. I think. One of them's just squishy as all hell. And one of them's like vulnerable to magic. So I'm just going to attack. And what we want to do, okay, is kill all of them. You could just kill the boss straight away. But this boss has a blue magic. This is one of the blue magics that we want for Strago. So, yeah, I'm gonna aim for that. And the way you proc the blue magic to appearing is you have to kill all of the mini things. So I'm going to cast that. I'm going to jump with Mog, which is a bit... And I'm going to jump on what I think might be the one with Reflect. Which is pretty chaotic, because I think I can only control the first one. Strago, I will Izuna, I guess. Lock, just because Lock never managed to get the steal, so I'm just going to go for a manual steal here. If we use the Thieves' Knife, it's a chance for the knife to trigger and then a chance to steal. So what I'll do is I'll just keep spamming. Did we learn Hastesia on Relm? No. One of the recommendations, by the way, is to cast Ultima, and it will just blow up all the mini-things straight away. I'll use Valagarmander. Any excuse to use an Esper, right? So here we go. Try Disaster! I like Valagarmander because it seemed like it was going to be such a big part of the story. So yeah, there you go. One of them healed, right? This guy absorbs elements. That was it. Anyway, so he's dead. So I'm going to wait with that. Do we dare? I don't know how much health Hidon has, and I don't want to have to do the fight twice. What I'm trying to steal here is a helmet. There's a helmet in the game. Oh, there's a teleport stone. Does that screw us out of the loot? I can't remember. Oh, nice. We got the parry. The helmet is called like a thorn crown or something. It's a really strong helmet, but what it does is it gives you 7,000. Holy shit. But what it does is it gives you really good stats, but there you go, nothing to steal. But it gives you like auto degen. So that's like your trade-off. There's better helmets out there. Well, the only reason it was kind of interesting to maybe try and steal in this fight is you can't really get it easily. Oh man, the guy with Phoenix died. Great. Real smart. That's annoying. You have to use like some of the obscure methods, like the Colosseum to get it. Or like it doesn't just drop and it's not in a chest anywhere in the game. You have to use the Colosseum. Or there's another method of getting items in this game where you turn enemies into items, which is a mechanic you guys might recognize from some other Final Fantasies. So this thing here is vulnerable. It will absorb magic, so we have to jump. So we're running the risk that Mog will kill the main boss as well. But I'm going to assume he's got a good amount of health. So let's go on up. And let's Curaga. Well, let's Curaga the lot of us here. So yeah, there's a mechanic where you can turn enemies into items. It's called Metamorphose. And we haven't got that yet, but that's one of the only other ways to get this thing. So there you go, everything's dead. Now that everything's dead, I believe what we should see is he'll use a big move here. Here you go, Grand Delta. I don't know if this will kill us. Let's defend. I'm kind of scared of that. So there you go, Grand Delta, and Stragos been hit with it, so we're all good. We're also out of MP, so can we Osmose? She doesn't even know Osmose. Really? This whole time you've not known Osmose? Ugh. Was that a problem in the Phoenix Cave? There were so many MP issues in the Phoenix Cave, it's unreal. So, just by the way, one of the things I was going to show off here, now that we've stolen the item and failed, but whatever, and we've got Grand Delta, is you can instantly beat this boss. As I mentioned a second ago, he's undead. You know, everything in this cave seems to be undead. So if you throw a Phoenix down at him, it will just auto-kill him. I would have loved to have summoned the Phoenix Esper on him as well, but I don't actually think that's possible. Yeah, so the only problem with Mog being a Dragoon is you don't really get to dance, because that'll lock him out, you know? There you go, nothing to steal. There's a poison. We could self-destruct. That'd be quite funny. 1,000 Needles is probably, you know, it's 1k, but it's something. Should we try and sketch? No, she just does so much better casting Flare. Man, was I casting Fira before when we could have been flaring? Right, this is a lot of poison. So let's... Now, does regen counter poison? You don't have to Azuna poison, right? You can just regen it. Let's see. I can't remember how that mechanic exactly worked. Let's just hit Q here. Oh, there you go. He's dead. So there you go. So that is the Hidon fight. Except that we didn't steal the crown, but the helmet, but we can steal the helmet from it somewhere else. So there you go. Learned Grand Delta. Nice. Now that is actually... People call that his ultimate blue magic. Because it has the highest base damage. So we don't have to do 1,000 Needles anymore. We just got a really good spell instead of it. There might be situationally other blue magics that are better in the game, obviously, because there's a huge variety of things that they can do. But yeah, Grand Delta, there you have it. I did it. And by the way, Grand Delta I haven't really seen, because it's like his ultimate blue magic. I was thinking, oh, does that appear in 7, 8, 9? Does it appear anywhere else? Does it even appear in the other MMOs? No. Grand Delta is like only in this game, and then a bunch of like the really weird games who I've never played and I don't even really recognize what they're all about. Like Final Fantasy Type 0, which I really know nothing about, or Dimensions, or, you know, just a billion mobile games and stuff. And I think that might be because those games literally have Strago back or something, right? Because aren't they like you know, fighting games where characters from all the games appear or whatever. Anyway, I did it. I really beat Hidon. Oh, he's crying. Or is he happy? I don't know. Maybe both. I'll have to tell Gung Ho he's been avenged. Oh, God. You know what the fear is now? That was all cutscene walking out, by the way. That he's dead in the meantime. Gung Ho! Gung Ho! Oh, no. He's all good. I love this. This makes me think of one. Just the outfit. The generic old man outfit. What's all the fuss? Can't an injured man get some rest? Maybe it's something, a combo of the music as well. Gung Ho, listen to me. I defeated Hidon. You are? You beat Hidon? You're lying. Yeah, we stole your glory while you were sleeping up. No, he's not. He really did it. You're not too old, Strago. Well, a little monster like Hidon could hardly expect to stand up to the likes of me. I can't believe it, but it looks like I have to concede defeat. You showed me up, old man. Yeah, way to play into his insecurity. Nice, yeah. By the way, how are your wounds healing, Gung Ho? Yeah, you seem fine. Look, you're jumping and everything. Oh, my wounds. Yes, they're fine. Ah, what's that, guys? That seems a little bit weird. That evening... Oh, I like this. I usually get the impression that I'm just zooming into a place, getting on the airship and zooming out, but no. So there I was, creeping through those caves that seemed to go on forever. I finally reached the deepest, darkest cavern, and there he is, right in front of me. And he's running around. I stared the ugly brute straight in the eye, raised my staff, or your holy rod, and let him have it. Bam! Thwack! Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh, I wish you could have been there to see me. Oh, and then we stole a thing from him, and I learned this crazy ability, and oh. Alright, oh, what's this? Relm? Where's Grandpa? Oh, I think he finally tired himself out from all that jabbering and nodded off. But, do you think it's okay to leave it like this, with him thinking I was really hurt? Dun dun dun, it's a conspiracy. Don't worry about it. If we hadn't tricked him, he'd have spent the rest of his life doing nothing but talk. And even if you were faking, that monster wasn't. That's true. I don't know how a man like him ever managed to raise a granddaughter as wonderful as you. Wow, what, so you don't actually like him? Yeah, well, I don't know how anyone could be as terrible an actor as you. Stragos is probably the only man alive who would fall for a performance like that. She's wagging her finger at him. And he's bouncing up angrily. What did you say? Okay, so there's a conspiracy there. So, yeah, they made it up. A nice little white lie, I suppose. It's a bit more than a white lie, actually. They're faking him being injured. I don't know if there were any clues that he actually was injured when we started. Oh, we are injured. We're poisoned. So, by the way, there's a bit of a weird thing going on with that plan there, that plot. Gung Ho and Relm's, like, little idea there. I think in the original Japanese, the suggestion was Gung Ho invented the plan. And then in some of the later editions, and like in the US translation, I think the idea was they came up with it together. Or maybe I've just got that reversed. And now in the newer editions, it's turned into Relm's idea. Which I guess makes a bit more sense since she's a main party member, and it's a good idea to give her a bit more agency in the story or something. I don't know. You're also casting away the idea that she's just a little girl and wouldn't have a good idea like that, but whatever. So, yeah, I think that's just sort of slowly changed over the ages, and the exact wording of that cutscene there, who knows. So, so there you go. So cool, that's Adventure 1 done. Wow, that was actually, compared to the Cultist Tower and the Phoenix Cave, that was a quick adventure. And very comfortable. So, oh, by the way, so there's another thing, actually, before we leave. Once you've done all of that, if you continue to have Strago, and you come back to the town, and you keep speaking to Gung Ho, who now, once again, just like he originally did in the World of Balance, will just wander around. Here he is. How have you been? Everything okay? If you do this, eventually, he'll respawn the boss or something. In case you miss Grand Delta, maybe we have to leave, and then we have to come back in. It's something like that. You speak to him a bunch of times, he says, oh, Hidon's alive again, do you want to go kill it? Which is nice as a mechanic to get Grand Delta back. But they don't give you that mechanic for a bunch of other blue magic, and it kind of shits on the whole idea of the story, right? That he manages to get, he catches his white whale, he gets over it. Oh, well, the white whale's back, by the way, now. You know, that's a bit weird. But yeah, so there's another little mechanic there for you, and I'm sure, you know, it's a nice saving grace for, hit the wrong button again, it's a nice saving grace for anyone who missed a thing, which usually this series is not famed for. Cool. So, let's figure out what we want to do next, shall we? So, one thing I wanted to add here that I've been preparing for ages in the world of Ruin is a side quest I thought existed and actually doesn't, because I now realise it's only in the Game Boy Advance version of the game. And it's a really cool addition. So, I thought we were going to be fighting Leviathan. Leviathan, I now realise, is one of the unlockable extra espers from the GBA edition. I thought it was here in the regular version, and it's really cool what they ask you to do. Basically, once you have the Falcon, you can go back to South Figaro and take the ferry to Nicaea, or the other way. Basically, get back on that boat, which you'd never have any reason to do once you have the airship. Again, this is a lot like on 10, where you can go back and count the seagulls and do the minigame and stuff. But so, if you take the ferry again, it will get attacked by Leviathan, and you get this extra boss fight. Beat the boss, you get the Esper. The boss, what you can do is he has mostly water damage, so you can get that imp equipment, which means you absorb water and equip like a different piece on each character, and you basically get the fight for free. And it's also like a water background, so remember how Mog could only learn one of the dances in the Serpent's Trench? Well, this was another opportunity to get that as well. Looks like a really good addition, and I thought it was here, but it's not. So yeah, there will be no Leviathan fight. It's only in the GBA, not the Pixel Remaster, and there's no reason for us to go back on that ferry at all. That was one of my plans for this episode, but I guess it will just have to exist as a trivia section for you all. Okay, so I think the next thing I want to do, if not Leviathan, is let's take Locke to Narshe, finally, and let's see what we've got over there. So remember, there were some pretty clear hints from various people we've met as we've gone along. Saying stuff like, oh, the guy at the weapon... Like, I think we spent 100,000 gil on this hint, that the guy at the weapon shop was looking for us. But, like, all the doors are locked. Here's the other mountain range that I was thinking about, by the way. That is marked as a place, but is not actually a place. Oh, or is it just that that's a chocobo ranch there with the trees? Let's have a quick look. If I walk in here, is this just a chocobo ranch? Oh, no, this is just Duncan's cabin. Of course it is. Obviously. All right, okay, so yeah, Narshe. Narshe is now a cave. Let's see. It was this cave, I think. This location right here. My God, the airship moves so fast. No, that's not a cave at all. It was this cave over here, right? Yeah, pretty sure that this is Narshe. And, yeah, I know two things that are going to come out of chests here, which have got kind of big trivia. The rest of it, I'm really not sure. So let's see. Let's play, obviously, as Locke as well. It's his time. Now, I think this school of, you know, magic and whatever probably isn't any different, as we found out many times before. Yeah. So, I don't think any of this was ever locked. Should we learn some of this? No. Come on, guys. We're experts now. We know everything we need to know. You guys have nothing to teach us. We're about to fight Kefka, after all. So, weirdly enough, it says I have all the chests done already, and all the items done already. But that can't be right? Because I think there's chests available. Oh, back to the test rider. Of course we are. Well, oh, I could have showed Grand Delta. We should see how much damage it does. I feel like this thing's going to die as soon as Mog's turn gets done. So, oh, there's a little holy proc from the holy rod. It's finished off. Okay, well, next time we'll see what Grand Delta looks like there. You know, maybe this will be harder than I thought. Well, maybe not, actually. Here we go. So we just hit E. The door's locked. He winks. I'm not sure there's any, like, super special story that Locke's going to get out of this. Was there anything that he was really missing? Okay, this was the weapon. Wait. No, we just saw. Okay, this is the inn and the item shop. It doesn't really appear there's anything here. If I hit Q now and look at chests, does it change? No. Okay, well, it's just a bunch of beds. And nothing we can necessarily interact with. Oh, God, what if it's, like, something really hidden and we need to have, like, multiple party members? Can we go behind the cash register? Ah, the chair's there in our way, so we can't. All right, well, fine. So Locke can unlock this room, and there's nothing? Well, that's one door, and I guess it's not marked with the yellow arrow on our map, but they are marking the other icons, so I have to keep an eye out for that. That door there, could we get in there in any way? All right, what we got here? Garm and Lukavies, so we've been back attacked. So let's see how much damage they do. Man, Relm is parrying constantly. Have you guys noticed that? She's also still got no mana because I didn't do anything to help her out there. Also, let's see, right? I'm going to cast Phoenix. So 110 MP. to res the entire team. Let's see. Flames of Rebirth. Do you know what I was thinking, actually, while I was editing that last little section? It would have been quite cool to have had Phoenix be... And it does what it does. It's AoE res, but also with a little packet of damage on the enemies at the same time. And it made me realise, I'm not sure in Final Fantasy how often they do that. Like, do damage and res at the same time. Is that like a line in the sand for them? So here, Grand Delta, 64 MP. It's not even the most MP here. Discord would cost a little bit more, which halves the enemy's levels. So create triangular energy field that ignores magic to deal massive damage to all enemies. Deal massive damage and ignore magic defense. Nice. So here we go. And we know the animation, obviously, already. But let's see the result we get from this. I'm hoping this is kind of like a mini Ultima spell. Like AoE Flare, let's put it that way. So there we go. And I keep talking about Ultima. Well, don't worry, guys. The time is very far, and I mean very fast, approaching in which we'll actually be able to see what's going on with that. Okay. The same little thing. He winks. He lets everybody in. Nice. So this is the item shop. But there's nobody in here, and there's nothing to do in here. I am, by the way, you can't see it because you can't see my inputs, but I am spamming E, the interact button, like as much as I can. Here's the armor shop. Oh, this is just open anyway. Is there a guy still working it? No, it seems not. It's really bad. It's weird to me that those guys are in that house down there teaching us mechanics about the game. Clearly, the idea of Narshe is that it's totally abandoned now and everyone's gone after the attack. Clearly. And then this is the one place that they've still got a billion, like, NPCs. This is just the back door, right? Another way up to the caves and so on. Yeah, okay. Well, we don't want to go over there, obviously. Here we go. We're actually just attacking on, like, all of our mages and stuff at the moment, and it's working out perfectly fine. Okay, so this whole area, I feel satisfactorily that we have swept. Oh, and we've cleared of, you know, most things we can interact with. And yeah, these fights are a bit boring. I'm going to cut most of it out, but I am going to keep playing them because ultimately it is MP. He means AP, which will help us. Like, we're learning some big spells at the moment, like with re-raise and stuff, so. And even just a rise. What I should probably be doing between the next episode or so, and I shudder to hear myself say it, but I'm probably going to grind and get a rise and re-raise on a bunch of our characters. If we're going to be having some ridiculously difficult, like, end-game super boss fights, having all of those tools and the various party members is probably going to be really useful. Okay, and see, Mog's learning some spells there as well. Not that I anticipate he'll ever cast them. I'm pretty set in stone with what I want to do with him. Okay, so here's the item shop, or the accessories shop. And this one was locked, happy to see. So basically all the shops were locked, right? I feel like we should get cool items out of every single one, but what are we getting? We're not getting anything out of any of them. Can I not go behind? And again, I already know from the map screen that we have everything, so... Am I missing something? Well, here's the weapon shop. This is the one explicitly that there was... Oh, no, it's not the weapon shop. It's a random encounter. Okay. So this is the one we were explicitly given a clue about, and it's probably the hardest one to get to as well, now that I see this here. So in we go. One more little winky face. And what do we have? It looks just as empty as everywhere else. Oh, my God. Am I missing something? Oh, no, hold on. Oh, this is a doorway out, isn't it? Oh, there's a hidden room back here. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. If you rewind this to like episode 1, right? If you hit the playlist in the description, guys. If you rewound it to episode 1, would you see that there was this door down here? There's a guy here still hiding. Hello, sir. I've been waiting for you. We need to do a different old man voice, so I'm going to do a creepy one. I wanted to give you this. Ooh, oh my god, and it's Magicite straight away. I ran a weapon shop for 70 years, but I've never felt a power like the one I feel in this stone. If I were to grind it down into the shape of a blade, I'm sure it would make a very powerful weapon. What do you say? Shall I make a sword out of it? Okay, wow. What we're looking at here is a major decision, like a really huge decision. I assume this is a famous bit, like talking point among fans of Final Fantasy VI. I would have expected like I've heard about this, I've read about this. I would have expected way more story. I mean, maybe there is after this conversation. He's just a random old man that seems to give us this thing. So, and we think it's just shall we make a sword. So it's very clear. They've put the image on screen for us. It's Magicite, okay? So we get a choice. Leave it as the Magicite Ragnarok or turn it into the sword Ragnarok. And this actually is a very profound decision. So the Magicite has when you summon it, it's got an ability called Metamorphose. And Metamorphose is that thing I mentioned earlier in the episode, where basically it will instantly end the fight, killing the enemy. But instead of just ending it, where you get like, if it was a death effect or something, you'd get 0 AP, 0 gil, whatever, 0 items. This turns the enemies into an item. So you literally get a reward for dispatching the enemies, which is a crazy effect. But also, the item that you get is different to the normal loot. Like, everything in the game has its loot. It's like rare loot. And then, like, I believe this is how it works. It has a loot pool for Metamorphose as well, where there's not just one thing it can drop. I think as far as Metamorphose is concerned, there's like 4 different things it can drop. Like, it's crazy. Guys, this is so hidden. It's out in the middle. You might not even get lockback. It's right at the end of the game. And now, everything you fight... So, like, I guess if you take this back to the Veldt and spam Metamorphose there, you can just get crazy amounts of different stuff now. So, a huge amount of really wild and wacky items in this game you can only get through Metamorphose by having the Esper Ragnarok, and you have to pick this option to do that. And so, if you're, again, I've talked about this a few times, people like to do this with Final Fantasy games, a max % file where you have every quantity of every item possible. Like, you kind of have to have the Magicite, I think, because you need that Metamorphose skill, and that's the only way to get, like, duplicates of certain items. So remember I talked about ages ago, there was that decision of the Gauntlet or the Genji Glove that we could have made? Well, it's only with Metamorphose you can get extra gauntlets or something. So it's kind of a huge decision for that, I think, anyway. I'm pretty sure if you pick the sword, you don't get the Esper whatsoever. The other thing is, the Esper obviously teaches you stuff. So the spell that Ragnarok teaches you is Ultima. The best... most insane black magic in the game. The thing that the Magic Master was using against us, as you saw. Penetrates defenses, crazy damage, AoE. It's mental. And the more I've read about 6, the more it's been like, oh, use Ultima to destroy this. Use Ultima, use Ultima. So the Ultima magic is ridiculously strong, okay? And that's a huge choice. Also, you get all the Espers. Like, wow. Okay, leaving it as Magicite, to me, seems like a very good choice. So what if you turn it into the sword? Well, there's kind of some amazing stuff here as well, right? If you pick up this sword, then it's really good. It's like the second best sword in the game, like straight away. Obviously, Celeste could equip it and Runic with it and stuff. Just to be clear, it gives you a bunch of like bonus stats, including magic, which means even your casters really like it. And it's like compatible with trance. So yeah, and it has an on-hit ability of just instantly casting flare when you strike with it. So it's pretty amazing. Also, just to be clear, you might recognize the word Ragnarok. Ragnarok as like a weapon is in almost every single Final Fantasy. It's nearly always a big badass weapon in so many of them. You will have seen it in my 10. If you played 8, it's actually the name of the airship. So it's a big deal. And you might think, well, okay, that's something, I suppose. But there's kind of a secret within a secret as far as the sword's concerned. If you take the sword from this, the Ragnarok sword, and you bet it at the Colosseum, remember you can bet any item in the Colosseum, and there's an equivalent thing that will come out. The whole point of the Colosseum, right, is you put an item in, and then if you win the fight, you get a better one. And then if you put that in, you get a better one. If you put that one in, you get... So there's like crafting chains, if you will, at the Colosseum. So anyway, you might wonder, what if I put this sword in at the Colosseum? And if you were such a nutter to do that, then there is a hidden other sword in the game called the Lightbringer. So if you pick the Ragnarok sword, you can turn it into the Lightbringer at the Colosseum, and that, which is just so hidden, the Lightbringer is the strongest sword in the game. It's like a ludicrous amount of stats. It buffs you like mad. You know, every single character in this has like their best weapon, you know, their ultimate thing, like I was talking about Go-Go with that mace. They're all the ultimate weapons to collect. If you get the Lightbringer is better than all of them. The Lightbringer is just like the best thing. So it's kind of like, do you want the ultimate weapon or the ultimate magic? And so here's the thing, right? I just said ultimate weapon. Well, remember there is the Ultima weapon. We already have it. It's got the weird damage formula, get lots of health, and, you know, penetrates defenses. Ultima weapon's kind of good enough. You're kind of picking here. Are you going to do an Ultima? This is the way I like to think of it. Are you going to do an Ultima playthrough or not, right? Like, if you pick the Magicite, you get the Ultima magic, and the sword you'll use is the Ultima sword, which we already have, because you're not going to get Lightbringer. Lightbringer's like all holy, Ultima's like all dark, so it's like light versus dark in a weird way that you're actually picking in this choice. Isn't that crazy? Like, there's so many layers to this. I probably oversold the Esper versus the sword. You know, you can use the merit badge to put this sword on, like, any player that you like, and I think a lot of people go for that. So this is kind of a huge decision for me. In the Pixel Remaster, talking about GBA again, we keep going back to this Game Boy Advance thing. In the GBA, they had another... it depends on your view of Final Fantasy. Is it crazy hidden secrets and lockouts and whatever, or is it being able to get everything? But in the Game Boy Advanced version, they allow you to beat the final boss and keep playing, I think, is the way that they did it. And the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure you can steal the sword from the final boss and then keep playing. So then you could get both. So if you're playing GBA or whatever, this choice is trivial. You just get the Magicite full stop. And it kind of destroys the choice a little bit. But yeah, for me, since I can't steal the sword and then keep playing, I kind of have this big choice. So what am I going to go for? Well, I think I'm going to do the Magicite. I think we'll do an Ultima run. There's also this cool thing where we can have Go-Go mimicking Metamorphose. So if you try Metamorphose and it misses, Go-Go can do it again with the duplicate Esper thing, which is kind of amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it. Do not make a sword out of this, please, Weapon Shop Man. He says, all right. He should get angry with us for that. That was his dream. Well, there you go, guys. So that is... Oh, we're really getting along with the Espers now. That is Ragnarok. So, oh, God. Oh, yeah, okay. I know what all the remaining Espers are. Okay. Yeah, all right. So this is Ragnarok. And like I say, all it does is gives you Ultima, the spell, at an acquisition rate of ×1. So you can see the grinding I've got to do now. Now that we've got Ultima and Phoenix, this is like some big stuff going on here. What was Bahamut again? Oh, wrong button, of course. It was Flare, yeah. I mean, look at these spells that we're getting at the end here. So there you have it. The hidden weapon shop secret. I'm staying here. Narshe is my home, he says. Now, funnily enough, that is not all that's at Narshe. Rest for a bit. I mean, okay, I guess. Are we going to wake up and the man will be mysteriously gone? There is something else here. I know that there's something else here. Not necessarily in this room, but in Narshe. So... I don't think we're quite done just yet. I've got to figure out how to actually get the damn thing. What's really weirding me out, though, is it must not be in a chest, because... Or just a pickup. There must be, like, a conversation... Or did we get it already? Hold on, have I picked it up already? Did we do it in a previous part? Let's see, equip. Let's see. Flame shield, buckler, tortoise shield, no. No, we don't have it yet. Well, I guess there's nothing for it but to just find more houses and hope that lock opens them. We already did this one. I don't know why I'm trying this. There's that staircase on the left, but that takes us to the place. Did we check the armor shop? I'm not sure we did. Also, okay, there's 3 doors there. Can lock open one of those, maybe? Here, should we... Oh, I didn't equip the Esper. Damn it. We should probably equip that. So, yeah, this idea as well, that there's an Esper associated with each character, this little theory I've been going on about. I was thinking to myself for a while now, oh, Ragnarok is Locke's, because you get Ragnarok from Locke's little thing returning back to Narshe. But actually, there's no story there, really, is there? It just so happens we needed Locke. We already did the shield place. Let's try and get up. God, the layout here is so weird, because I can never tell what is up or down. So, Ragnarok, I guess, is just more of a generic thing. I wouldn't say it's associated with any one person. Because really, Phoenix feels more like the Locke thing, right? I guess the whole theory just doesn't work. Because some of these guys, I'm sure, don't really have any. Like, what's Stragos' Esper? We didn't get an Esper in the Ebot's Rock just now, did we? So, I can't walk to the right there. I can come up here. Okay, both of these doors, left first, I guess, and then we'll do the one on the right. Well, this wasn't locked. Oh, wait, there is another door there. Oh. But that was... Wait, where did that other door go? What was this door? We didn't need lock for this. Oh my god, I could have gone through the inside, and there's no encounters here. Oh, that's bad for so many reasons. One, annoying pathing. Two, it means that actually I accomplished nothing. So this was just this room again, right? And then we went through and we went up and we went to the right. So hold on, let me come back down here. Is there anywhere else we can go? Like along this cliff here? Oh, maybe that door? Have we been in there? Oh, this one is locked. Okay, nice. Yeah, and this is a pretty obscure area of the town. Any luck? Anything in here? A bunch of stuff we already opened. Or maybe we have to interact with all the chests that we've already done. I'm really nervous about this commentary here. Like, maybe I should just cut all this. Like, how long am I going to be wandering around doing nothing? In that golden pot back there, that looked really good. Oh, what about... Oh, we can't even get to the statue back there. Well, this room's clearly not useful. Damn it. Let me see on the map here. So the inn we went in, the weapon shop we went in, this we went in, this we went in, the shield shop there we went in, right? The defense shop. What about this? Okay, there's this door. I don't think we went in there. That was the left. And then there's this. And I'm probably just going to cut as we run over there, because you guys don't need to see 1,000 battles. So I'll see you in a second. Wow, a potion. We stole a potion. That thieves' knife really doing work for us there. Did it again, but with a crit that time. Which door was it? This one? Oh, this one is locked. Hold on, that was right next to where we were a second ago. I was trying to get to the one all the way on the left, I suppose. Well, this is a complicated screen at least, so that's good. That's a good sign. Oh, there's someone else here. Hello. Oh, this has got to be it. So many coughing old men here in the world of ruin. I like to believe that it's because, you know, the smog and the pollution and just the death of the world. Here, take it. I mentioned in a recent episode, well, not a recent episode, but I mentioned in one of these episodes that I liked the idea of like an apocalypse of the spirit, like in a malaise of everybody. And I was listening back to that commentary I made, and I think, look, that's kind of a cool idea, but that's also such a that could be such a crappy, terrible idea, like in actual execution. You'd have to be really careful for that not to just come out like the lamest thing ever. But I do like the idea. I just have to be told in a very careful way. Okay, the screen flashed red. It said the cursed shield. If only there were a way to lift the cursed, it would be the finest shield in the world. Alright, there we go. So this is the other thing. I'm glad I didn't miss this. There you go. Cursed shield. A blood-stained shield that inflicts various status ailments upon the bearer. So you could get a sword and shield here, I suppose, if you were so inclined. So, this thing is terrible. Let's have a look here and equip it onto... Who had a shield? Stragos had a shield, right? So, if I want to equip this thing, look at that. Lowers all of our stats. -7 strength, -7 agility, -7 stamina, -7 magic. And it's just awful. It's a really, really terrible shield. Why would we ever equip it? Well, here's the mechanic going on with this thing. And again, some of the grind between this episode and the next one. I will endeavor to... get some distance with this. Now, this is kind of rough. I believe, here's the story. You need to win 256 battles. And that number's probably no coincidence. It's probably the highest that they could assign, right, to that one data value. You need to win 256 battles with this thing. Look, we're even auto-doomed. I didn't know it did that. Oh, my God. It's put doom on us. So we only get a few seconds. And once we do that, it will transform into the best shield in the game. So talking about like ultimate weapons and stuff, like the best gear. Well, we have it. This is it. This is the best shield. It's called like the blessed shield or the beautiful shield or something. I can't remember. So if you think about it here, from Narshe, you can end up with Lightbringer, like this big holy themed sword, and the big holy themed shield. Together, you could put them both on the same character and create a great warrior of light, like from FF1. It's really, really, really good, but you have to do a crap ton of fights, doomed and with no stats. I really didn't know about the doom bit. Okay, so a little bit of bonus trivia I've just read about. Why are we doomed? Well, actually, the shield stats the crap out of you. It poisons you, it silences you, it darknesses you. It does everything it can to try to kill you, essentially. All these statuses will go on you. The reason that Stragos doesn't have it is coincidentally he has a ribbon equipped, and which obviously from Ebot's Rock, and the ribbon can deal with all the stats except the doom. So I've lucked into a good strategy here. This is what you're supposed to do, really. Put the ribbon on, and the doom will be the only thing that gets through it. Now, as far as doom's concerned, remember that lich ring, which coincidentally didn't he also have equipped? The lich ring will mean that when the doom timer runs out, because you're gonna have to beat you're gonna have to do loads of fights and beat them in this tiny time period. But if you put the lich ring on, then when doom runs out, it just heals him. I think something that with just death protect as well means it will just go away, but you can actually turn it into a heal with the lich ring. So there's all these like strats about what you can equip to make the grind with the shield as safe and comfortable as possible. Also, there used to be a little bit of a bug. This has just been updated with the Pixel Remaster. Basically, for a battle to count as you've actually beaten it, you need to be able to get AP out of it, or the character needs to be able to earn AP. So if you equip the shield onto Go-Go, he could never earn AP, he can't equip espers and all that, so you would never break the curse, I guess. But they've just fixed that for the Pixel Remaster. And I know what you're thinking, what about Umaro? Also, he can't equip espers. Yeah, but he can't equip shields either. He can't equip anything. So it was really just a go-go thing. So, and you have to find it hidden as well. So just more juicy, crazy, convoluted, beautiful Final Fantasy stuff there. And, you know, I'll get it, because we're going to be grinding for these crazy spells and things. I'll just make sure that whoever I'm trying to do, you know, with the espers has them. And so there you go. And I think that takes us to the end of the episode here, guys. So thank you very much for watching. Us collecting some hidden stuff. That's locked done. That's, as far as I know, that's the closest he ever gets to a side quest. There's no, like, romancing dating sim with Celeste or anything like that. But, you know, we covered a lot of ground. In the next part, I will have grinded all that stuff. And I have two very big things I want to show you. One, we have arrived at the Imp armor at the Colosseum. I'm going to show you some cool stuff with Go-Go. I'll show you some metamorphosing with Ragnarok, and we'll see his animation. And there's two things left to do, really. One is the dragons. The second is, believe it or not, there is one final dungeon for us to do. It's a very hidden dungeon. It's a dungeon you guys yourselves were trying to get me to go to and see. There are 2 espers hidden in there. And we will at last get the Master Scroll, which will unlock the insane dice rolls, or the insane dragoon jumping, or the insane thieves kniving. We can do so much stuff. So big stuff there for the final optional dungeon of the game on the next episode. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you've been enjoying the series as much as I have been playing it, and I'll see you next time.